after democracy came to Mongolia, what kind
My
of
personal story.
yeah. So what kind of social justice you brought, or what kind of pro-women steps you brought into your system to empower women's economic, political, and social inclusion or social empowerment within the society? What kind of experiences you have in Mongolia which we can replicate or we can learn
Yeah.
from?
Time usually brings every fixes. Usually I think that time is really important teacher.
Yes.
In Mongolia there is a very nice saying.
Okay.
All bad things is our teacher from history. We learn all bad lessons is my teacher, all good lessons my teacher as well.
Okay.
That's really wise thing, and I think in order to deliver some political issues, if that issue is ripe enough, and in a level to make decision, you have to make decision.
Okay.
I usually commend people while you are in office, you have to be just, you have to be humane, you have to be brave to make decisions for your people.
Okay.
Even that decision is very difficult decision for the, in order to justify, you have to make that decision.
Well,
4,000, okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Please. Well, Excellency, before the close of show, I would just like to put one last question.
Not correct.
And tell us, when I asked you the question of your personal transition, and you gave me the example of the matriarchal society.
Yeah.
Your mother was behind your success.
My
You
mother was
attribute-
behind,
you attribute
during my political life, I had many positions, member of parliament, vice speaker, majority leader, and prime minister, president, and there were party chairman, coalition chairman. There were the many. My mother, I think, she never gave importance to that one of those titles. She asked always, you have to work hard and also work for the people and bring the benefit for the people. Of course, don't do bad things, means that don't steal from the state, from the others, others' wealth. And I think moral issue and your upbringing is most important.
Yes.
Many people question, oh, he was in politics for 30 years, he actually got something there and he used his power, his position, make his brothers. He has 7 brothers, of course. My 7 brothers, I know that one of them involved within politics deeply. They have just their lives. They remain today in their lives. From the since first day I told them, oh, today I became the member of parliament. Never use my name in order to take some advantage.
Okay.
Never use. I'm not gonna make that from myself, and never use, forget about my title. I'm just working for the people as our mother, as our upbringing. I think free society is one great thing. Politics is only one field of work.
Yes.
If you don't, succeed in a politics, serving for the other sake, you should quit.
Okay.
And go and maybe to business or to service, to diplomat, to herding cattle. There are many fields of work.
Yeah.
You can go there. That's my opinion. And I think through that upbringing, I little bit advanced. One thing I usually tell to my friends, I went all the way through the competition. There were my friends from the comfortable families, high-level families. I'm the herdsman boy, but I didn't have any big position to support me. I went all the way through the harsh competition, hard work. If you deliver to the people, if people think that you are their person, usually people support you. How I became president, that's the one secret. Why people supported me as president, why my friends supported me as prime minister. I think why they choose me as a leader of their party
Yes.
movement. I think they see that he has quality to serve for the common interest. He puts the common interest first and the self-interest last.
Yeah.
And means that I think that's really important. When my friends told me you should run for parliament first time, that was really surprising. I thought that was big insult. I told them, hey, I'm not going to go to parliament. I'm not going to hold for position.
Okay.
I fought for democracy, not for position.
Okay.
You guys insulted me, and I was very furious. That's really interesting. If today in Mongolia some young boy, young guy is 20, 30 years old, okay, you're going to be member of parliament, they rush to the member of parliament to that position. But no one will say, oh, you are insulting me, I'm not going to go there. And they pushed me. Okay, one of us should be there.
Yeah, okay.
You have to head, parliamentary caucus there. You have to be member. You have to become the deputy. And they asked me. And even in the first years of our government, our prime minister asked to become his deputy, prime minister deputy. I was very young and I said he refused. I was furious. Okay, it's enough. I'm now member of parliament. No deputy of prime minister. That's too high job for me. And that was really interesting thing. And
Card.
Okay. Yeah.
you can go.
I am listening very with
Enthusiastically,
conscious.
yeah. And coming back to this
Yeah.
point of
Just-
you have been in Pakistan for the last couple of days and you had a meeting with so many stakeholders over here. What kind of message do you want to give to Pakistan, especially in terms of this empowerment and this
Yeah,
agri-woman empowerment? What kind of message you want to give to Pakistani authorities, Pakistani parliament, and other stakeholders over here that how we can achieve that kind of empowerment amongst agrarian women or other women in Pakistan?
I think it's a very different experience being here. I am one of the members of the Club de Madrid, and also that's called the World Leadership Alliance, consisting from the former heads of state and government, and also with this project empowering the society
project, yeah.
inspired Plus Pakistan project
Yeah.
from the EU.
Yeah.
And I am happy that to serve for this common cause, not only in my country and for others, because I think everywhere human being is the same. Also, most of the problem we are confronting is very similar.
Okay, yeah.
I usually tell my people, and we came not to teach, but we came to share
our learnings, experience.
our stories, our
practices,
failures, and best practices.
Yeah.
You may get some idea from this.
Yeah.
Let's work together. And of course, women's issue in every society different. In Mongolia is little bit different challenges. Here I see little bit different challenges, but it actually enriches my experience, my thought, and in just 2 days I learned a lot from this region. And if I made some small contribution to this cause, to our common cause, I'm gonna be very happy, of course. And I think when I usually tell to my people, when you make decisions, when you try to succeed, that's one first measurement usually you can put. Is this decision going to benefit people, or some special interest, or some others?
Okay.
Yeah, from this decision is going to benefit my country. From this decision is going to benefit women and vulnerable part of society.
Yes.
If you put that measurement, and your decision is close to that measure, I think you are guaranteed to succeed. Also, I think if you talk about your people's participation, if you are, while you are in power, you close to the people's interest, you always in a winning side. I say that women issue, gender issue, and social justice issue is the issue of the future of the humanity. If you would like to be with the future, I think you have to think about more humanly, more humanity, more women's issue, more children's issue, more those vulnerable parts of society. I think your decision is guaranteed to make success.
Yeah.
And that's the my secret, my way to approach to these issues.
Okay.
And I think, yeah.
Thank you very much for your inspiring talk, Excellency. I would just like to again, because like Pakistan is one of the countries where we are having like more than 60% youth, and even amongst the agrarian women, we see all like women from all ages. What kind of message you want to give to the community or the agrarian women?
Yeah.
To get themselves empowered? Of course, organizations like Aurat Foundation, they are doing their part as advocacy organization to bring their issue to the policymakers. But usually we see that there is a gap or there is a distance between those agrarian women and those policymakers, because policies are usually made at the higher level, highest level, and usually citizens have, in Pakistan context, have less access to those forums. So how do you want, like, what would you suggest the agrarian women to better organize and better like support each other to move forward with the common?
I really moved when in our meeting we saw many agrarian women from the rural areas, from the far, maybe other districts and provinces.
Yes.
And when they come after our talk, after our presentation, to get photo together, to talk a little bit.
Yes.
That was really moving experience. I'm watching like my mother in her 50s or in her 60s, in her 40s, Usually in the countryside, women, they work a lot and there are very heavy wind and, environment is very, very not good, and you see in their faces how their life is hard, what kind of hardship they are going through.
Yeah.
You just see, even though you don't know single word in Punjab or in Urdu or in your languages, but you just feel that by your heart. And when you talk about their problem, close their problem, when I talk about our experiences, how they are perceiving very warmly. They understand that they are the part of the big family, they are the sisters of our human big family. They not only Pakistani women. I can say that there is no Pakistani women issue or Mongolian women issue.
Okay.
There is women issue, worldwide women issue, and worldwide girl issue, worldwide challenges facing them, schooling and also the job status, they work a lot at their homes, at their family, at their lands, with their cattle.
Yeah.
But there is no official entitlement, those things happening. And of course, from our study, from our foundation, I saw many really great ideas and policy recommendations.
Okay.
I just would like to tell that NGO, these ladies who working for advancing their common cause, they are really doing a wonderful job, and they are the real soul of our society. I usually say that the civil organizations, NGOs are the soul of society. State organizations is body,
Okay, yes.
It's the human society. If
Yeah.
there is no soul, there is no
nobody.
human society,
Yeah, yeah.
no body.
Yeah.
And because of that, you have to listen in order to succeed in a public life, in a political life. Usually, if you don't have any idea, just listen to those women who are working for the cause, and look into the policy recommendations. And from that policy recommendations, you make draft of law.
Yes.
And you make some changes of law. I usually say that if you decision makers, if you are really care about these issues, now sit from our recommendations, you read that recommendations and drafting the decision. What level you usually make decision? In a governor level? Okay, you're gonna governor decision draft. At the parliament level, law decision. Yeah, what kind of amendment should be into law or new law?
Yeah.
Work today.
Okay.
If you bring that draft to the parliament, if you succeed adopting that, making that law, that's big achievement. In a politics, politicians tend to say that, oh, I understand you, oh, I know your problem. There are many problems. Of course, this is one of the very important problem. Oh, I will take this issue and I will make some study, and they usually forget next meeting, and they usually forget the previous meeting. But if there is real life policy recommendations, you should sit together and form some kind of working group and task force, and to make a decision. After making decision, to enforce that.
Okay.
That's the contribution. Empty talk is usually empty. In a political life, if you are holding some position, you have to make decision. Politicians, why is different from ordinary people? You have only that title.
Yes. Associated
Title
to the-
and associated, there are certain rights.
Yes.
And certain privileges,
Privileges.
and you have to use that privilege in order to solve one woman issue, 100 women issue, 1,000 women issue, million women issue. That's gonna be big difference in the world. If there is one mom gets better, life quality, 100 women get better the job entitlement, job is standard in Pakistan or in any other country, world going to be little bit better place to live in. And because of that, I think these policy recommendations from those foundations and those studies very, very important. And also, I learned a lot. I think in terms of the women empowerment, there are issues, but there are many issues we can learn in Mongolia and also share with us. And we are one human family.
Yes.
And
I think that's you have rightly said that it's a mutual learning, sharing experiences and learning from each other experiences, and that's what. Well, Excellency, thank you very much for being here in Pakistan, and we would love to have you here again very soon, inshallah. And our best wishes and our best regards to the people of Mongolia, to Club de Madrid, and to our partners, European Union as well, EPD and other partners. Well, I think you're doing an inspiring work, and we are really grateful to the efforts being taken by Club de Madrid and other partners.
I think lastly, I would like to say only one thing.
Yes.
When you go places, when you feel you are bringing something you are contributing, if you feel that, and some kind of difference you are bringing,
Yes.
at least some people are interested in your activity or in your talk. It's always nice or it's always worth to be there.
That's good.
If people are not listening you, if people are not taking care of your talk, of your activity,
Yeah.
there is nothing to do. There is no place of you.
Yeah.
But in Pakistan, I see that since in the airport and coming here, and when we had that workshop meetings, I always see when I talk to the people, they say that nice things to me. wow, your talk was very inspiring. You know, I got many good ideas. That was really good idea. How you created citizen hall in Mongolia, how you initiated that glass account law, how you guys brought those state government services from the offices to the market, to the shopping centers. You know, those are really wonderful ideas. That can be done in our countries. That's something bringing to people. Maybe in Mongolia, that's kind of now already law or some kind of the routine. But here, that might be interesting for the people to share. And in Mongolia, those ideas, those policies now needs new update. And I'm also taking that lessons, that knowledge from here. And because of that, this is really win-win situation. I'm really happy for my host, for the people who worked for this. Even though there were, I spent maybe some 40 hours with the sleeping, including the sleeping. But I feel that I spent here almost 1 month or a year, you know.
I think that's great.
Enriching me and in my life, in my diary, I will put this is one of highlights of my trip, and really it was, that's nice.
Well, thank you very much, Excellency. Long live Pakistan-Mongolia relationship and friendship. Of course, as you're saying that, it has changed your perception about Pakistan as well. But before coming here, you might be having different thoughts or different aspects about Pakistan. But once you are here, you are meeting people, you are meeting stakeholders, you are here in the real culture. You are in the cultural capital of Pakistan, which is Lahore. We call it cultural capital of Pakistan. So you are here. Other cities might claim the same, but you are in cultural capital. So you are here, and I hope that your visit to Pakistan is where it's beneficial for certain issues. It's still beneficial because the perception about Pakistan, because that's usually being portrayed negative by some media. But once people visit here, they of course have different perception when they meet people. So these people-to-people link, I think that's and I wish that there are more people-to-people link between Pakistan and Mongolia.
Like you said, sharing.
Sharing is very nice.
With us.
Also, there are some unfinished business invitations, you know, to go to the university, to go to the TV stations, also radio stations. It can be also one way of contributing to that, and means that if there are a lot of invitations, means that's good sign. You know, you should return, and your friendship, your cooperation will continue.
Thank you very much, President.
Okay,
it's
great.
a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you.
Very much.
Thank you.